So I'm going to read a second favorite story that I love to read, and it is called Epossumondas Saves the Day. And if you haven't had a chance to listen to just Epossumondas yet, you might want to do that first because it kind of introduces you to Epossumondas as a character. But I love reading the Epossumondas stories, and I have several at school in our library, but I just had to read one more. This one is Epossumondas Saves the Day, written by Coleen Salley, illustrated by Janet Stevens. And just like the other Epossumondas story, we're able to enjoy this one thanks to the publishing company of Harcourt Inc. in New York. Once upon a time, but maybe not so long ago, Epossumondas and his mama lived in a cottage back by the sugarcane fields in Laurel Valley on Bayou Lafourche. Auntie lived down the road a piece. It was Epossumondas' birthday, and he and Mama were getting ready for his party. Epossumondas was squeezing lemons for the lemonade. Mama was making his favorite dessert, strawberry shortcake. Not the kind made with cake, but the kind made with sweet biscuits. She put all the mixins in her big bowl and reached for her soda saleratus. Now you might recognize, here we call that baking soda, but down south they call it soda saleratus. You use it in baking to make things lighter and fluffier. The box of soda saleratus was empty, and you know you can't make big, light, fluffy biscuits without soda saleratus. Well, I swaney, cried Mama. This is what happens when you wait till the last minute. Can I go get the soda for you, please? Epossumondas said. No, sweetie, I need your help with the lemonade, so you keep on squeezing. I'll go myself. Just then Baby Gator arrived for the party. Oh, good, Mama cried. Honey, could you scoot over to the store and get me a box of soda saleratus? Tell Mr. Leslie to put it on my bill and come on back here lickety-split. Don't dilly-dally. So Baby Gator skipped along the creek that meanders cattywampus through the fields, singing, Sody, sody, soda saleratus. He crossed the creek, jumping on the stepping stones, 1, 2, 3, and then ran into the store and asked for the sody. He thanked Mr. Leslie and skipped on out, singing, Sody, sody, soda saleratus. But when he got back to the creek, the biggest stepping stone moved, and a head reared up out of it. It wasn't a stone at all. It was a great, big, ugly Louisiana snapping turtle. That snapper snarled, Baby Gator, you woke me up. I'm hungry, and I'm going to eat you and your soda saleratus. And he swallowed Baby Gator and his sody in one big gulp. Well, back home, Mama was about to have a hissy fit because Baby Gator was nowhere in sight. I've been squeezing and squeezing, Mama, Epossumondas said. Can I go get the sody for you, please? No, honey, I need you to set up that pin the tail game. I'll go myself. Just then Auntie arrived. Oh, thank goodness, Mama said. Sister, will you go down to the store and see if you can find that pokey Baby Gator with my soda saleratus? Auntie galloped along toward Bayou Lafourche, mumbling, Sody, sody, soda saleratus. She crossed the stepping stones, 1, 2, 3, and galooped into the store. Mr. Leslie said, Why, that little rascal left a long time ago. He must be dawdling in the creek. Here's another box of sody, just in case. So Auntie galooped, mumbling, Sody, sody, soda saleratus. But when she got to that creek, that great, huge, ugly Louisiana snapping turtle reared up and growled, Old Auntie, I just ate a Baby Gator and the soda saleratus. Now I'm going to eat you too. And he swallowed Auntie and her sody in one big gulp. Back at the house, Mama was stomping mad. Where did they get to? They could go to Plum Nelly and back in this much time. The pin the tail game is ready, Mama, Epossumondas said. Can I go get the sody for you, please? No, Sugar Pie, I need your help with the balloons. There's hanging to be done. I'll go myself. Mama stomped off, grumbling, soda saleratus. She stomped over the stepping stones, 1, 2, 3. Land's sake, said Mr. Leslie, they wouldn't both be dawdling in the creek. I can't imagine where they are. Here, you better take 2 boxes of sody. just in case. So Mama stomped back toward the creek, grumbling, soda, 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 saleratus. But when she got there, you know what happened, don't you? That great, huge, ugly Louisiana snapping turtle reared up and growled. Old Mama, I just ate a baby gator and his sody, and an old auntie and her sody. She looked a lot like you, come to think of it. Now I'm going to eat you too. And he swallowed Mama and her sody in one big gulp. Back at home, Epossumondas was wondering what was keeping everyone. He'd been hanging and still no one came home. That little possum was getting as nervous as a long-tailed cat in a room full of rocking chairs. What happened to everyone, Epossumondas said to himself. No baby gator, no auntie, no mama, no party. I'd better go find them myself. So Epossumondas scattered along the road shouting, Sody, sody, soda saleratus. He ran across the stepping stones, 1, 2, 3, and skedaddled right into the stove. When Mr. Leslie saw him, that man was flabbergasted. Good gracious, I don't know where all your folks are. You'd better take all the sody just in case. So Epossumondas started back, shouted, Sody, sody, soda saleratus. But when he got to that creek, that great, huge, ugly Louisiana snapping turtle reared up and stuck out his scrawny, wrinkled neck. Roar! Thumping gizzards, gasped Epossumondas. I thought you were a stepping stone, but you're a great, huge, ugly Louisiana snapping turtle. You're right, Possum. I am a great, huge, ugly Louisiana snapping turtle, and I'm hungry. I just ate an old mama and her sody, an old auntie and her sody, and a baby gator and his sody. Mr. Snapper, you couldn't have eaten all of them. That's just too mean. Possum, my whole self is just filled up with mean juice, so now I'm going to eat you too. The old turtle snapped at Epossumondas, but just before his jaws clamped down, that little possum hollered, Don't eat me, it's my birthday and I haven't even had my party yet. He hightailed it up the nearest cypress tree, screaming his head off all the way. That great, huge, ugly Louisiana snapping turtle wasn't going to let Epossumondas get away so fast. He lumbered up to that tree and growled all the louder, opening his humongous jaws wide. Epossumondas hollered, Mr. Snapper, you better spit out my folks or you'll be sorry. Huh, what can a puny little critter like you do to me? And then that old turtle started bumping his head so hard against that cypress tree, Epossumondas thought he might tumble right out. He squeezed his eyes shut and threw the only thing he had, a box of soda saleratus. Oh, that soda saleratus went right down the turtle's throat. Then he threw a second box, oh, and another, oh, oh. Now you may not know this, but when that much soda mixes with all that mean juice inside of a great, huge, ugly Louisiana snapping turtle, something unbelievable happens. That ornery old snapper puffed up like a big, light, floppy biscuit. Epossumondas held tight to his branch and kept his eyes squeezed shut. The great, huge, ugly Louisiana snapping turtle got bigger and bigger and rounder, and then floated right off the ground higher and higher until pop! He burst wide open just like a big birthday balloon, and out tumbled Mama, Auntie, and Baby Gator, all in perfect shape. Oh, my sweet little patootie saved us. Honey, you're gooder than grits, cried Mama. And look at this. One box of soda saleratus was safe in my purse. Now we can make some biscuits for our little hero. So everyone marched home singing, Sody, sody, soda saleratus. And they had the best birthday party for the bravest possum ever. Epossumondas.